What is going on, guys? Boy Trent's back in video. Today's video will be an unboxing and assembly on the KingBull Hunter 2.0 e-bike. Now we'll do some more videos on this bike here pretty soon as well too, but today's video will be just the unboxing and assembly. Now also, for those interested in checking them out, I will post a link to the product in the comments and description. Let's go ahead and open the box up and we'll start putting the e-bike together here in a few minutes. Okay, so I just opened up the top of the box and this is how it looks inside. So I do see the tires there at the bottom. But anyway, a bunch of styrofoam, bunch of good protection stuff inside here as well too. Actually, several things still tied down as well too. So protection, I gotta say, KingBull did a pretty good job with the protection for the e-bike. Okay, here's all the parts that was inside the box. So of course, part of the e-bike is already set up, but yeah, most of this you do have to assemble yourself. So of course, you got to attach the other tire, the handlebars, of course the light has to be attached, the seat, and more will have to be attached to the bike as well too. But yeah, a little behind the scenes. So of course, there's half the bike already assembled in the background. And then moving on to the other parts, there is a wheel you'll have to attach. This part right here will go on top of the wheel. Of course, you got your seats. I'm just kind of going through some of this stuff pretty quick. Of course, your battery back here, there's the keys. You got some pedals, screwdriver, wrench, all kind of tools as well too. Of course, there's your instructions, user manual there in the back as well too. So this will take a little bit of time to install the e-bike. Okay, so actually inside this bag here, you actually have 3 different books. Now this one here, this is the KingBull Hunter 2.0 Quick Assembly Guide. Now this book here is actually only 6 pages, and this is going to be talking about your parts, and then basically kind of like a step-by-step process in this book. So hey, only 6 pages. Everything was pretty easy to understand. Okay, now this book over here, this is the KingBull Display Manual. So this one here is also just a couple pages. Now, of course, this book will be talking about this screen here. This will also talk about all your different buttons on the bike as well too. Talking about the speed, all the good stuff in this book. And this one is also only, okay, so yeah, this one's actually 7 pages. And then this one over here, this one says, get more fun with your new e-bike, KingBull. Now this one here is 25 pages, and basically one story short, just kind of a quick summary on this book. This is kind of dealing with more towards safety, warnings, stuff not to do on your e-bike, that type of stuff. So you also information about the batteries and just all kind of information inside here. But yeah, this book here about 25 pages or so. So yeah, 3 different books, but these 2, this one deals with assembly. This one you also need to learn all your different buttons, display screen, all that stuff on this book. And of course, this one here dealing with warnings, things not to do, safety information. That is what the 3 books cover. Step 1 is pretty easy. All you got to do is get the handlebars lined up correctly, and then also put the bolts back in. Step number 2, you got to do a couple things here. So step number 2, just attach the fender, attach the headlight, and then put your bolts in and get everything tightened up correctly. Next step is we're going to attach the safety pin to the e-bike. Now this is actually going on the front tire here, and they told us to get this thing very, very tight in the instructions. So we're getting this thing as tight as possible.
They were talking about it's made
The next step is we attach the seat. Now the seat, it is adjustable, so you can put this at whatever height you want to. The next step we did was we attached the pedals. Now I actually got to be honest with you. Now actually the pedal here on the right, we had to do some reverse threading on this one on the right side. And then the pedal on the left was actually just normal tightening. So just kind of a heads up on that when you are attaching the pedals to the e-bike. So next step, we did attach the rack here on the back. So of course, just get this lined up correctly and then put your bolts in, get them tightened up, and that is all you gotta do. Okay, so before we end this video, there's a few things I do want to mention right quick. So some of y'all might be kind of curious, how long did assembly take for me? Now, assembly took right around 40 to 45 minutes, which is not too bad. There have been some e-bikes I received in the past where they were more put together in this, and some of those only took 10 or 15 minutes. There have been some of them I've done in the past that took over an hour to assemble, but this one here, the way I received it, it was about halfway assembled, and it did take around, once again, took around 40 to 45 minutes to put the whole bike together. Also, I will mention this as well too. The instructions are pretty good for the most part. There was a few times kind of got a little confused on a few steps, but eventually figured out what to do. So just kind of a heads up on that as well too. But overall, like the e-bike so far. I have not rode it yet. I do plan on riding it here pretty soon. I do plan on making more videos for this bike as well too, so just kind of a heads up, kind of keep your eye out on that as well too. But more videos coming out on this e-bike here pretty soon. Of course, we'll do some videos, riding the bike and testing it out. Of course, we'll do like a speed test. We'll see how fast this bike can go and more. So several more videos on this e-bike coming out. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave a question. And also, hey, if you're interested in checking this bike out, wanting to know the price, wanting more information, I can leave that info down in the comments and description. But anyway, that is all I have for this video. And once again, if you can, just leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It would be greatly appreciated. See you guys in this video. Have a good one. I'm out.